desperation, choking from intoxication. I want you to be left behind those empty walls. Want you to see from behind those empty walls. Want you to be left behind those empty walls. I want you to see from behind those empty walls. From behind those empty walls. From behind those empty walls. The walls. From behind those empty walls. I love you. From behind those empty walls. Yesterday. From behind those empty walls. Before you killed my family. Don't you see their bodies burning, desolate and full of yearning, dying of anticipation, choking from intoxication. Don't you see their bodies burning, desolate and full of yearning, dying of anticipation, choking from intoxication. I want you to be left behind those empty walls. Want you to see from behind those empty walls. Want you to be left behind those empty walls. I told you to see from behind those empty walls. From behind those empty walls. From behind those empty walls. Want you to be lost. Empty walls. Told you to be walls. From behind those empty walls. From behind those fucking walls. From behind those goddamn walls. Those walls. Those walls. From behind those empty walls. I loved you yesterday. From the confines of my mind. Before you killed my family. She got a smile and it seems to me reminds me of childhood memories where everything was as fresh as the bright blue sky. Now and then when I see her face, she takes me away to that special place. And if I stand too long, I probably break down and cry. Whoa, sweet child of mine. Whoa, sweet love of mine. Raindrops are falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun, and I said I didn't like the way he got things done. Sleeping on the job, those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun, and I said I didn't like the way he got things done. Sleeping on the job, those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they sent to meet me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free, nothing's worrying me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free, nothing's worrying me. If you could return, don't let it burn, don't let it fade. I'm sure I'm not being rude, but it's just your attitude. It's tearing me apart, it's ruining everything, and I swore I would be true. And honey, so did you. So why were you holding her hand? Is that the way we stand? Were you lying all the time? Was it just a game to you? But I'm in so deep, you know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to, do you have to, do you have to let it linger? Oh, I thought the world of you, I thought nothing could go wrong, but I was wrong, I was wrong. If you could get by, trying not to lie, things wouldn't be so confused, and I wouldn't feel so used. But you always really knew I just want to be with you, and I'm in so deep, you know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to, do you have to, do you have to let it linger? And I'm in so deep, you know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to, do you have to, do you have to let it linger?
XboxEra. We're an independent, community-funded publication focused on providing the best coverage and discussion of your favourite platform, Xbox. With best-in-class forums, a kick-ass Discord server, and awesome merch, XboxEra.com is your destination for the best news, reviews, and features focused on what you care about. With shows like the Xbox Era podcast, headlines, and a whole heap of Patreon-exclusive content, we're proud to be an independent publication completely funded by you. If you value having an outlet truly focused on your preferred place to play, you can become one of the cool kids by supporting us directly via Patreon. Just head to patreon.com/XboxEra. You get cool swag and awesome perks, and we get to keep doing what we do. Become a part of the best Xbox community on the internet and help us grow even larger. Thank you for your support. Everything Xbox Era does is only made possible by the growing army of incredible Patreon supporters. Our MVPs and executive producers are all incredible people, but even more so are our grand benefactors, Croat56, Assassin, and Kevin S. All of this under the watchful eye of our lovely and benevolent CEO, Torn Raptor. If you want to become part of one of the best communities on the internet, head to patreon.com/XboxEra, where your patronage can help keep us alive for another month. Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Headlines, Xbox Era's twice-weekly show that covers all the latest and greatest from across video games. And in the spirit of the industry, we talk about all of the platforms. The date today is July 31st, 2025. I'm your host, John Clark, and joining me, as always, is our reviews editor and virtual gameplaying machine. I think that's a good way to put it. Jesse Norris. This is your cue to say hi.
Hello, Daddy. How are you?
Right.
Oh, hey, how's it going, everyone?
As a bonus for our wonderful patrons, we make audio versions of these news-filled episodes available them via Patreon to listen to in their preferred podcast app. But if you're on Spotify, you can link your Patreon account and listen to it there instead. If you would like to support an independent outlet that is desperate to stay alive in these trying times, please head over to patreon.com/XboxEra, whereas a little less than a cup of coffee a month, you can help. So, if you watch our videos, you probably do that, right? Because, you like us. We're nice guys. We don't say anything offensive. We don't make jokes that cause industry firestorms or go on rants that cause YouTube drama video. I mean, yeah, maybe we do that. Hello, everybody.
Yes, we do.
How is everyone? Everyone good? Are you good? How's chat? Nice to see everybody. All of that jazz. All cheerful then.
Nope.
You seem distracted. Are you okay? Is everything
I'm
okay?
doing the production stuff. Like I'm getting everything set up, and plus you were talking to chat, not me.
And you?
Oh.
I'm always talking to you.
Yeah. I also keep getting freaking emails now. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I've been pinged a lot.
They're always so late on the press releases. I wish they'd be right away.
Yeah, we're probably on some tier 2 list. Or there's an automated machine that's going through.
I guess there was a game called Goodnight Universe that was shown. That is coming to Xbox.
Oh, nice.
And everything.
Lovely to see everybody. I hope everybody enjoyed the Master Chief being joined by Kratos and Steve from Minecraft this morning. Always nice to see some friends.
I was told it was cringy to have Chief up, so I gave him some friends to keep down the cringe.
Yeah. Why not? Before we get into news proper, just a quick heads up that there's a couple of pieces of content available on the website for you to have a little read through. Of note, I know that we have reviews up for Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. We've got Kronos, The New Dawn, which had a hands-on preview. We mentioned that earlier on Monday. It's still available to watch. The Grounded 2 review in progress is now here and ready for you all. And we've got Dead Take, which is coming out on PC today. Now, Jesse, you reviewed both Ninja Gaiden Ragebound and Dead Take. What one would you like to just give the audience?
Well, I've got Ninja Gaiden Ragebound up. So Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. It broke. The OBS hasn't done this in a while. It just doesn't have the right display capture on for some reason. There it goes. Wow, it hadn't done that for a long time, where it just randomly decided to not have a thing up. Ragebound's real good. I liked it a lot. I'm shocked at how much others like it, but I'm glad for the devs. It's from the Blasphemous devs at Game Kitchen. It is a really pretty, solid to-play game. I don't think it plays amazingly well, which is why I am so surprised at the 87 it has right now on OpenCritic. But hey, it's really good. The music's great. Like it really tickles that. This is what I remember old arcade games looking like, while looking infinitely better than and playing better than they ever did. Because obviously,
tricks your brain into thinking, yeah, this is what they actually were. It wasn't.
I beat everything I wanted to in about 3.5 hours. And every price I'd looked up before launch said $40, but that's because I found out you could only do the physical version, which comes with extra stuff. So I believe it's actually only $25 digitally, which I think is a solid price. Especially if you are in the Nick school of I want to complete everything. I want to get SS rank on every level and unlock every ending and see all of it. You can probably get a good 10 hours out of it. It's a solid game that I quite enjoyed, and it's super short. And the story is a lot better than most of the 360 games were, because that's not a high bar. But yeah, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Easy recommendation.
Nice.
Are
you eagerly waiting for Shinobi a little bit now, though?
Shinobi, from what I had played, yeah, Shinobi's still much more my jam. More skill-based on a lot of the systems. They both look great, but I think Shinobi looks a little better. Not that it matters. I don't care about the comparative stuff, but yeah. Shinobi's was a little higher in my anticipation list, and I think Ninja Gaiden Ragebound ended up better than I thought it would. Nice. And a lot of people really love it. And to quickly go over Dead Take from a friend of the site, Abu Bakr Salim, and his studio over there, Surgent. He told me in well under a year put this game together with Ben Starr and Neil Newbin, Alana Pierce, Sam Lake, much other people. And they do live action scenes, which are mostly from movie auditions. And then there's a whole story built around that, as you are in Duke Kane's mansion in Hollywood, voiced by Abu Bakr. Maybe not the most convincing American accent.
I mean, you were fairly upfront.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I get it from an American's perspective. I might have heard it and been like,
yeah,
a lot
of
job.
You'll hear it, and you're like, oh, that kind of sounds like me or Jez when we do American accents. Alana Pierce's American accent, very good. Surprisingly, Sam Lake just sounds like Sam Lake. Yeah, no, it's a really good, short little, I don't know, like 4 to 5 hours, I think, for most people. Horror story. It's only $15. You're going through this mansion, trying to figure it out. There's no combat. There's no chase sequences. There's a bajillion jump scares. They get unbelievably loud compared to everything else. So be wary of that. Other than that, it's very pretty. Only on PC right now.
Yeah. So heads up for anybody on Xbox, PlayStation, Switch watching. Right now, this is Pocket Pair Publishing's first game and Surgent's second game as a studio. But right now, it is only on PC. Now, whether its success on PC would mean that at some point in the future, a console port might be made possible, we'll have to wait and see. We just don't know yet. But if you're interested and you own a capable-ish rig, you should be able to pick this one up on Steam. And pleasingly, it's priced at, as Abu always says, the price of pizza. So $14.99 USD. So it's pretty reasonable, I think. But congrats to them for shipping another game in this crazy industry that is crazy. Now, I take umbrage at the comments on my ability to do an American accent. Like, if I wanted to, I could do this entire show in an American accent, but I don't, because who would want to say?
I could do it in an Australian one if I wanted to, mate. Maybe I could even go Kiwi and say, "Why can't we have some meat?"
You sound a little bit like the guy from I can't remember, Mr. Something. Have you seen the clips of it?
Hopefully not Mr. Hands.
No, I can't remember. I can't remember what the name of it is. It's like an Australian guy, and he's like a fixer, and he goes around and does things, and he's like he beats people up and gets into all sorts of situations. It's quite entertaining. But anyway, yes, Sherez in the chat, did Pocket Pair do Power? Pocket Pair did as a development studio, but it was so successful for that team that they announced, if you look on XboxEra.com and search Pocket Pair, you'll see the press release and stuff on it. I wrote it up last year, I think now. They announced Pocket Pair Publishing, which is an indie development publishing house to fund other indie games, which I feel is so lovely to see in this industry.
It's what the Among Us people did too.
Back. Yeah, exactly right.
I guess Mr. Really... In Between.
Thank you. I knew it was Mr. Something.
Never heard of it.
Appreciate it.
Finally, I'll just end up doing a Paul Hogan saying that's not a knife.
At least he's a knife. All right. Now, diving into news. It's always my least favorite time of year because it's Microsoft financials time. And it's always made especially more gross because they're all so positive and fun. Sorry, I've still got the taste of 9,000 people losing their livelihoods in my mouth. Thank you. Not literally. But yes, regardless, the financials are out and it's pretty rosy story, more or less.
They beat all of their projections in pretty much every department.
Because they fired 9,000 people. But anyway.
No, because they made all that money, but they fired the people to shift more funding to AI and make margins look better. Because that's the system. That's legally, that's their fiduciary responsibility. Yeah, so when people say we don't understand, it's like, no, we understand it, but since we're not, as most people don't benefit from it, why would we like it? But we understand this is how it works. This is why we have these nice things, but it's still fundamentally broken.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Xbox themselves improved 13% year over year in content and services revenue. Gaming revenue overall grew by 10%. Xbox hardware revenue has declined by 22%.
Yeah. They're Stephen not
Tortillo,
putting anything out there for people to buy, pretty much.
No. Stephen Tortillo over on Blue Sky wrote that gaming revenue is increased by $2 billion or 9%.
He found the slide that I couldn't. That's why I put it in there.
Okay. Driven by growth in Xbox content and services, offset in part by decline in Xbox hardware. Xbox content and services revenue has increased 16%, driven by the impact of Activision Blizzard's acquisition and Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
Xbox hardware revenue decreased 25%, driven by the lower volume of consoles sold. In total, Xbox as a division earned $23.455 billion USD in financial year 2025, compared to $21.503 billion in FY24.
That's the thing people can never get. They're making far and away more money than ever. Yet everyone's like, they're dead. It's a dead platform. They're just going to become publishers. Like, well, no, they're one of they, as was also stated in this, they had made just under $5 billion in 1 year from Game Pass, which is primarily on their platform. They don't want to lose that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that hard. They might be okay selling 30, 40 million in a generation, because they're going to grow in other areas. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I made a bit of a joke about it on Twitter last night. I think, it's a big number, but is it sustainable? And I think when we talk about people in the industry kind of like not really paying attention, it kind of leads to that Xbox dead narrative. Is it sustainable? What do we do when the money runs out? No one talks about Game Pass anymore. Microsoft could release 7, 10 out of 10 games and it wouldn't move the needle for me. And it's all £1 trial accounts. I mean, all of these things could potentially be things I expect to see in the coming days. But I mean, hey, as a Game Pass subscriber and as a player on the Xbox platform, cool. Give me more games, please. We never get. No one sees anything from this. Like, if you have a vested interest and you're a shareholder, I get it. If you don't, I mean, honestly, who really cares that much? Grand scheme. Mohammed Shrez swooping in with a super chat says, "Is this Game Pass only without game sales revenue?" Yeah. So I believe the comment from Satcher was Game Pass
has broken making $5 million.
It has almost. So it was, Game Pass has made almost $5 billion for the first time, is how he put it. And with Phil having said before that it was like $1 billion in third-party investments, and even if you doubled that and take another $1 billion away as part of first-party costs, even though first-party costs are obviously not just Game Pass because you can still buy the game, so it's not only the sub, then they would still be at 150% margin, which is probably far and away the best in the division, if you think about it. And the reason why they're not so bullish on hardware is because it's not cheaper to make. It's the same price or more. Because of tariffs and everything. So they're really focused on margins. We're at the part of the generation where your hardware is cheap and you make money on it, and that hasn't happened this time, and it's not going to happen. And their focus is heavily on margins as a company, because like their software margins, their Azure margins and stuff are insane. Their margins across the company are really good, and that's what they focus on. Spend less to make more. So that's, I think, one of the main reasons you see them just not bothering with hardware right now, because they're making more than they ever have, and their margins are probably better than they have been in a while. Because like that's the thing with Sony, they're going to make like 32 billion in a year, like more, 34. I forget what the projection was, but they might only keep like 2, because their margins are really have been sub 10% a lot for a while now.
That might be about to change. Helldivers 2, Bungie's Marathon,
the main thing for them, they've talked about it, is MAUs. Like, and Microsoft again said over 500 million MAUs, over 50 million players for Black Ops 6, like most played game, 2 billion hours in Black Ops or something like that. I forget the exact quote, but like Black Ops 6 is the biggest one they've ever had. Biggest COD game. For the biggest game that releases every year. It's the biggest one. It only helped Game Pass. Game Pass only helped it. Like, the experiment worked really well. Just like when it was only going to be 4 games, it was just an experiment, and then Sea of Thieves sold like fucking crazy, so it became everything that they could feasibly make sense out of. Never full slate, because full slate doesn't make sense, because some games are old and they're not going to sell, and who's going to do the work and that type of stuff. But, yeah, I mean, that just is the industry moving forward, is... You can either just try and charge more for the same, like Nintendo's doing with the Switch 2 and is having early success with, or you can do what Microsoft shifted to a while ago, what Sony is shifting to now, which is what makes sense for us to put other places. Because that's the only way we can really make more money off it, especially with timed exclusivity. Like, I don't see any of them shifting to everything goes everywhere, but definitely it's been 6 months, it's been 2 years, let's start getting this places where it can start making money again.
Yeah, and I can see TJI in the chat. Why do they bother showing hardware? Are they obligated to show it? Yeah, they have to, because it's a shareholder meeting. And I would also say, from the hardware perspective, from Microsoft, like, there's some pragmatism involved here. I think they know their beat. They could pump a shit ton of cash and be like, but they're not. The traditional way of selling hardware is via exclusives, and that doesn't seem to work anymore.
Well, they've said
PlayStation are going to stay with their PlayStation. The people that play on PC are going to stay on PC. So rather than do all of that and spend all of that money, they'll still make Xboxes, they'll still sell Xboxes, but it's not the focus, because, well, we can just sell our games where those players are instead, and that is now bringing in enormous benefits and revenue for them. Fast forward to next year, 2027, when it's new hardware that aligns with this new vision.
With where the leaks are for AMD, it could be next year.
I mean, it would be insane if it was. I would be very surprised.
Like, it's far enough ahead, and the taped out everything leak-wise, it's not impossible that it's 2026.
I'm intrigued.
But yeah, it's an industry that has really shifted. As we go into our next topic, which is also on this, as Satya said, they were Xbox was the top publisher in Q4 on both PlayStation and Xbox, because they had, as in the US, we know they had 6 of the top 10 spots. It was revised so that Sony was also in there with Death Stranding at 7 and Night Rain at number 1. but they had like 2, 3, 5, 6, and 8, 9 or something crazy like that.
Yeah. They had Forza Horizon 5 at 2, Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered at 3, Black Ops 6 at 4, Doom at 5, Indiana Jones at 7, Minecraft at 8. And the only other publishers that got a look in were Bandai Namco with Elden Ring Night Rain at number 1, MLB The Show via Sony at number 4, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach from Sony at number 7 or 6, and Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed Shadows at number 10. Which is nuts, all right? And you can sit in your little platform centric. This plastic box is the best box, and go, yeah, it doesn't matter because Sony's getting loads of money, Microsoft is getting more. They're going to spend that on more games, and they're going to make more money.
And it also makes it. I think it makes it a little clear to Sony that we should also do that, which is why you're seeing Helldivers, and you'll see things that make sense.
It's going to cause people to go, fucking look at their revenue, look how much money they got to keep, and oh my god, why aren't we doing this? And they'll do it slowly, they'll do it gently, they'll leave a year, 2 years, 4 years, they'll do what makes sense day and date. But when it doesn't, you can't launch a multiplayer game only on your console now. You can't. On one, you have to be on every single device you can, otherwise it's going to fall over.
For Gears and for Halo, even probably for the next Forza, if they're not day and date, they should be shortly after. If you want them to succeed and keep making games in those platforms with big budgets, they're very multiplayer focused. They should be everywhere. Like, that is the reason why Minecraft and Fortnite and Roblox and everything is so big, is because no matter where you are, you just play it. The platform matters more, or the game is the platform, essentially, for anything that's going to be big multiplayer, unless it's PC. That's the only one.
I saw a question in the chat. It's not a super chat, but I like these sorts of questions that are asking and want to be, informed. Endless asks, what's the average development cost of a first-party game these days? It's hard to say because it really just depends on scale, but to give you a general idea, you've got the low tier stuff, which is anything up to 250k, right, as a budget. You've got the mid tier stuff, which can be anything from 500 to 1 million, and then you've got the larger tier stuff, which is 2 million plus, right? And some AAA stuff could be made. I say AAA, some studio that is AAA in terms of it's owned by a massive corporation, they might make a game that has all of the bells and whistles that a AAA publisher can pull, but they might scale it to be a AA game. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could be talking 20 million, you could be talking 100 million. It depends upon that scope and scale, and there's a wide range. What I can say is the industry itself right now, especially for anyone that isn't a mega publisher, are extremely tight on the purse strings. Whereas if you rewind 5-6 years and you went in with a, 500k budget.
Why didn't you come up with this idea earlier, John?
Yeah. You'd have a great time. But if you're going out there now and you're asking for 500,000 or 800 or whatever, you're suddenly going to find a lot of publishers going, it's too rich for our blood. Whereas that would have made sense 5 years ago.
Yeah.
A lot of risk averse stuff going on out there. It's a really difficult time for game developers and indie studios for sure. So,
yeah. It's rough. We're very much in the dip. We got to see, does it keep going down? Does it start coming back up? Hasn't been easy going.
Yeah, I've seen another question that I feel it's always nice to try and answer some of these where we can. Do we think Xbox would want Game Pass on PlayStation?
No.
Yeah, no.
It would only be first party.
Well, yeah. So from Xbox's perspective, Game Pass is now their exclusive for their platform, right? Now, do I see a world where they could make an EA Play type, only the games we own and the IPs we own,
or
go
Vault,
into a subscription bucket on this console and this console? Yes. But Game Pass as it exists today, with all of its day one indies and its day one larger AAA publisher things that occasionally pop in, they can't do that across a platform like PlayStation or even a platform like Nintendo, because they're bigger and you'd have to pay more for per sale loss, potential loss. You'd have to work all of that out, and it just, the math wouldn't work. but a singular first-party only Game Pass subscription of some sort, I don't think it's out of the question that Microsoft have probably considered and thought about that at some point in the future. But, we're still early days in all of these ports, and they'd have to build up a portfolio of 20, 30 games before they'd even consider sort of doing that, really. But,
yeah, because they'd have to be going back and these old CODs and these old Bethesda games and these, they could have an enormous immediate day one thing on pretty much every platform. But it would be its own thing on each platform and its own sub that is for these specific games that are actually here right now. And then when do things come in the future? It probably would not be day one unless it was a very expensive sub. So, yes, they would probably like to, but it would most likely be very expensive.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of, exclusive games, Microsoft and Obsidian Entertainment, in partnership with Eidos Montreal, released Grounded 2 out of early access on the 29th. And very swiftly, within an hour, I believe, of the game being live on Steam, as well as Xbox Game Pass and Game Preview, it overtook the concurrent player base of Grounded 1 Lifetime in under an hour. Boom.
Yep.
Now Grounded 2 has been the most played.
Though it did get review bombed because they forgot to write that it was early access on the store page.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, for like a little tiny bit amount of time. You're like, what? But also it is it was top seller. It was number 1 and number 3 between its regular and Founders Edition or whatever they called it. Number 1 and 3 in its launch day, which was pretty darn good.
Yeah, I really like it. I think they've got a really solid foundation for fun stuff. And if you missed it, you can read the article over on XboxEra.com. There is a roadmap that has already been published. Like within a day of the game out and being available, they've detailed the roadmap. And that roadmap is quite extensive and provides quite a bit of reassurance to Grounded players. And there's some really cool stuff in there. So I didn't include it in the review because they very clearly stated in the review guide, right now, Grounded 2 is not Steam Deck verified. It's not really suitable for, handhelds yet. By winter, per their roadmap, they plan for Steam Deck verification and ROG Ally. Obviously, there's a certain handheld dropping later on this year. We'll talk about that in a bit. But we're getting new hot pouches on buggies, new armor, new creatures. Crickets are coming. Earwigs. I fucking hate earwigs. Fun story. When I was a kid, I was building a tree house. An earwig fell from a piece of wood and landed in my ear.
Wow.
Irony.
Lived up to its name.
But yeah, we're getting buggies that can do water, like boats, effectively. There's going to be water creatures to tackle, water bases. I mean, I'm just like, holy crap! This could be one of the best survival games of all time.
Yeah, it's a hell of a starting point. Like I was immediately more engaged than I ever was with the original. I liked the original, but even just the Omni tool itself. Mwah.
Yeah, you say that when I was chatting to a couple of my pals,
weirdos,
and they were massively into Grounded 1. They were really disappointed to hear about the Omni tool.
Nerds.
Like,
nerds hate everything.
Why? And he was like, because in Grounded 1, they really like the grind, to be clear. But in Grounded 1,
I love grinding each other, I know.
Yeah, individual axe, shovel, wrench, and hammer. But a couple of those could double up as a weapon. So in the early game, you could take your axe and use it as a weapon, but also be able to chop stuff. And because inventory management was so important, yeah, but I kind of was like, yeah, but it's taking up the slot that it would have taken, and you can take a weapon now. So like, you don't have to. He's against the streamlining or to make things easier.
Tell him he's a nerd.
I think it's gonna make for a bigger and better game. But yeah, super cool. Good for Obsidian. Congrats to them.
Yep.
Elsewhere in news, Nintendo Direct happens just before we went live,
and I've been distracted because I'm constantly getting emails and stuff about it now. Many things from it, including the final 2, are in fact coming to Xbox.
Yeah, there's quite a lot that kind of got
not a direct from you or me, but Nintendo fans seemed happy, which they, no matter what, they always are.
Yeah, you got Monster Hunter Stories 3
coming Xbox.
Katamari
coming
Just
Xbox.
Dance. 2026.
Coming everything, yeah.
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Already on
That's
Xbox. Yep.
Plants vs. Zombies Replanted.
Coming everything, I believe, but we'll see. It's the remaster of the first game. It would be weird if that one became exclusive. But
yeah.
Monster Hunter Stories 3, Xbox fans get to jump into the third game again. Not 1 and 2 did not make it when they were on the old thing. So hopefully, now that they have fixed the MT framework, remember when Nick tried to pretend it wasn't because MT framework didn't work with the new GDK, and we kept telling him it was that most likely, and then it turned out to be that, and they fixed it. So now they could technically port Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2 over, which would probably help because they're bringing 3, a brand new game.
Yeah. So yeah, there's tons. Pac-Man World Repack 2.
Yeah, Pac-Man World 2 Repack coming Xbox.
Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles.
That's already been announced. Yeah.
P3 Persona Reload, it's already on Xbox. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. That
Only
is
Switch.
a Zelda game
from
Bandai?
Bandai Namco doing another, I think it's a Musu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
EA have got Madden 26 coming. You've got an indie game Chilling by the Fire. EA have got Apex Legends coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah, it's already on Switch 1, but it runs like shit, so now it'll run at 60.
Yeah. Hella on... that's already been on the Xbox.
Yeah,
the Xbox game.
Very pretty on consoles and PC, kind of ugly on the Switch.
Yeah. Star Wars Outlaws from Ubisoft coming to Switch 2.
Did not look good. It was very soft.
Bit fuzzy, didn't it?
Yeah.
Same for Chronos, The New Dawn, which our preview went up earlier this week. That's coming as well. We've got Yakuza Kiwami 2 is dropping. NBA Bounce. I've never heard of that one. Now we've got some meat on the bones for this. Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Wheatflower Wonderland is coming to Switch 2.
Not on Xbox. It's an expansion for a game that's only on Switch, PC, and PS5.
Why? We've got Shinobi Art of Vengeance.
It looks so good. 2, That's not coming to Xbox. The only Square Enix one not coming.
Borderlands 4. And then they finished with 2 HD 2D RPG things. The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tale.
Name is so bad.
And Octopath Traveler 0. I don't know. Is this one coming to Xbox as well?
Yep. And they're both Play Anywhere.
Oh, look at that.
The Final Fantasy Tactics is not Play Anywhere, which is weird. Like, they brought everything over and made them all Play Anywhere except for that one.
That is true. But I don't know.
God, this Just Cause trailer makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Just Cause. Just Dance. Imagine if this was the next Just Cause.
The worst turnaround in the world. John Garrettson, a self-confessed Nintendo fan in the chat, says, us Nintendo fans were not happy with the Direct.
I'm just going by the people in our Discord, and I watched the Giant Bomb co-stream, and they were happy. I think a lot of Nintendo fans, for partner Directs, a D is what they expect. So when it's like a C, they're happy.
But that's all very well and good.
Yep.
Cool. Enjoy it. It's funny. I look at that and there's not a single thing there that I want to play on the Switch 2.
No. Well, that's the thing. Like the Switch 2 really is, I think, for people in our scenario, just for exclusives. It wouldn't be the thing I'd want to play anything else on, really.
Exactly right. Yeah. Considering that the industry itself has been formed with lots of media that really dive into like comparing technology and rendering and pipeline and engine abilities and frame rates and blah, 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 blah. I'm amazed at how many of them immediately throw all of that to the wayside when it comes to a Nintendo console. But there you go. Next up in news later today, and I don't know about you. Do you want to co-stream this? Maybe we'll do a little watch along.
Do we have? Yeah, we didn't do the Demon Slayer video, so we have a notification.
We do have a slot.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. I'm guessing this is just going to be them bouncing around a giant place as people are playing it.
So per EA, this is a showcase. So I expect interviews, deep dives, talking about different system features.
Yeah.
I expect
I'll be here. I'm all for it.
2-minute video. So
yeah.
I'll jump on with you. We'll do a little trailer.
Yeah, we'll just do like a Hangouts. I'll just put a thumbnail together.
But yes, Battlefield 6 is coming. We've already seen a glimpse of what looks to be a bombastic globe-trotting campaign against nebulous bad guys. But obviously, the thing that most people probably watching and listening to us right now, and indeed for me, is the multiplayer. Is this going to be a return to form for the Battlefield series, which for the last couple of games have started off a bit rough and have eventually got there, but by that point the world has moved on. Can they nail it out of the gate? I'm hopeful. It's sounding positive.
Yeah, from the little bits I've heard, that this one is in better shape than the last two were at this point.
I really hope that they've nailed it.
Yeah.
I want
But when you look up the like closed alpha footage and stuff, it looks crazy. Like that they're back to let's make everything blow up and feel like just this insane shit is happening every second with an actual like classic Battlefield setup that people like, instead of trying to push operators and stuff. Yeah, it's man, it looks real good.
Yeah, for me, it's that combination of really like engaging gameplay and graphics, but DICE have always done, or should I say now, Battlefield Studios have always done incredible audio work. Like, fuck, you know, and I want that back.
Yeah,
so I'm very keen.
I know the game overall had issues, but I still think one of the best playing multiplayer shooters of all time by far was Battlefield 5. The way shooting feels in that game, the sniping, the mid-range, the close range, all of it just feels so good. And the balance, like when it was me piloting my brother in like a gunner seat and the missus in another part of a tank, and just going around as a tank crew, and they're fixing it up as I'm blowing the shit out of stuff and we're shooting people, and it was some of the most fun I have ever had in anything. So if anyone else on the team wants to try and force their way into reviewing Battlefield, I will beat you up. You can review it with me, John.
I'd probably give you a good like sternly worded letter, maybe. Like I don't know. I would definitely be.
I want to do the co-review stuff. Yeah. Because like between this, anything like even Borderlands, anything we do that we can play together a bunch, I would think it would be really fun to do reviews together. Which is why we need $600 to buy DaVinci Resolve Studio so we can have cloud tandem work. It's one thing that I've been like, it would be really cool to have the cloud-based work together stuff for reviews like this. But yeah, it's a lot of money. It's only a one-time cost, but it's a lot of money.
It's just time, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
or you
like
should really get
reviews.
We both buy the little speed editor that's got the little knob, and you can do that for cutting and everything, and that gives you studio as well. That's the dream.
But yeah, I'm definitely. I know typically I end up with a lot of multiplayer reviews because I've got a lot of people that play multiplayer games on like my side, and time zone wise that often lines up. But with 5 hours between us, it's not too impossible.
No, and if I remember, Battlefield 5 they did multiplayer sessions remotely, and then Battlefield 2042 they flew people together to play it for a couple days. So I'm curious what they end up doing with this one.
Yeah, I'm super keen. As side of looking forward to seeing what the multiplayer is all about, Insider Gaming and the lovely Tom Henderson did break some exclusive news, reporting that Battlefield 6 is going to have both a closed and open beta.
Put this around closed.
I will come back to that point. So from their knowledge, August 7th to 8th, which is next week, will be a closed beta of sorts. We'll come back to that. August 9th and 10th. Everyone can just pile in, and then another open beta will take place between the 14th and 17th. Now, following that report, a community manager on
Battlefield Discord, I think,
said there is no closed beta. But as I understand it from Tom, what he's saying is, okay, it's not called a closed beta. It's you have to pre-order or you have to win a code from someone streaming it on Twitch beta. Closed in any other sense, right? But whether this is all true, we will find out. And Tom's genuinely pretty damn good with his sources. So we'll soon
No single source lack of evidence reporting there.
No. Quite right. So yeah, super. But I'm
he doesn't call his segments of the rumor mill.
No. Elsewhere in news, after Devil May Cry 5 outsold Monster Hunter Wilds in Capcom's latest financial quarter, publishers' share prices have reportedly tumbled. Now, why did Devil May Cry 5 outsell Monster Hunter Wilds? I think that's to do with a Netflix show for Devil May Cry that came out and was quite successful.
The fact that Monster Hunter Wilds has kind of bombed after starting out so hot.
What did your review say?
My review said that they lost everything that made monster hunting, where you weren't really hunting monsters anymore. You were being ferried to them by your giant dinosaur chicken, being handed all the items you needed, looting hundreds of items you never needed to touch because they just made everything too easy. There's no hunting in this one. It's just monster. It should be called Monster Fighter because you get on your secret mount and it brings you right to the monster, and you don't have to do anything. It just brings you there by default. There's no tracking. When they run away, they are never hard to find. Like everything that, and you don't need to grind gear to get through all the content. Like you don't need to. I need to build up a set to go against this insanely powerful. Like no, you generally don't need that at all. Still runs like shit everywhere because RE Engine's not great with the open world stuff, unfortunately. And
there's been a lot of optimization issues on PC, and it's still not up to scratch. I mean, we've even seen Capcom scrambling and moving features up the roadmap that players have been demanding for.
Yeah, it's like
just to try and
an end game expansion-y type content moved from September to August to try to get people to keep playing because it's pretty rough. And the game reviewed unbelievably well. And at the time, I know Jez and myself were like, "Don't get it." It was very much in the casual, I'm just going to play through this campaign and then be done camp that I think really liked it, because the people that actually, in the core Monster Hunter audience, there just really isn't much to keep you going. It's so easy, especially with the whole wound system, making it incredibly easy to just constantly get various monster parts and kill stuff very quickly. Like, it's cool, but it's not what a lot of people came to the game for.
Yeah, the grind is gone for what traditional Monster Hunter fans wanted.
Yeah, and it's like everything else for Capcom is great, but this one thing not doing what they were expecting really hurt their share price.
But yeah, like Devil May Cry hasn't had a game release since 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. So, according to Eurogamer here, it sold like 1.7 million copies. So it's beaten, a new game. So maybe you'll get a new Devil May Cry now. Thanks.
But it's funny, you don't see people yelling that Capcom are dumb for not having a new Devil May Cry game for the anime, like they did with Fallout. But it's like, it's almost impossible to line this shit up. And as long as you've got something there for people to buy, it's normally going to be fine. If you could ever line it up, it might be more than fine. It might be amazing. But yeah, no, they Capcom puts out a lot of good games. Monster Hunter Wilds just wasn't one of them.
Now,
I just added this one.
Hideo Kojima is back in the news. He did an interview with Essence, as reported by Vicky Blake over at IGN. Now Death Stranding 2 on the beach is out. He's turning his attention back to the Xbox published title OD, which he has previously described as a game I have always wanted to make. He reflected on the development and offered a brief glimpse on OD and what's next. But yes, when Kojima announced OD at the Game Awards 2023, he took to the stage to call it something no one has never seen before. And he seemed very matter of fact that the aforementioned hate that sometimes reviews get, etc., etc. He kind of talked about the game as whether people would love it or hate it. He acknowledged he will likely read fan consensus on social media and watch the inevitable video essays that pop up dissecting his work. Ultimately, he believes the real evaluations come 10 or 20 years from now. I mean, I want to know what can I, whatever he's on, I want some. I just want to see what life is like.
You know why everyone always has a mask on in his games? It's because he has one when he's in private and it just goes right to his butt for all those delicious farts. But yeah, I don't know. I saw the quote and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because he knows that recency bias and people wanting to make him feel happy to his face has early reviews just be full of shit. I don't know.
But OD is meant to have Jordan Peele linked to it in some way.
Yeah, him and like other people. Yeah.
He said that it's been an inspiration to me, and an opportunity to collaborate with Kojima is truly incredible. Now, Kojima hasn't shared the extent of Peele's involvement in OD, but he did tease more impressive names that haven't yet been revealed. What can I say right now? It's not just Jordan. I have other creative partners with me on board on this project. I can't really say who they are right now, but I tell you, they are legends and they are amazing. So I guess we'll wait and see. I know it was delayed because of the actor strike, but now that that's resolved with SAG-AFTRA, it should be back on track. So we'll see. We'll see.
Oh my God.
Interesting stuff.
Just to throw this in there real quick, Roblox Corp is now worth more than Ubisoft, Electronic Arts, and Take-Two combined. 102.13 billion.
Wow.
Microsoft is now 6.22 trillion. Is that Australian?
Market cap.
Yeah, I think that's Australian. No, Australian. So they're around 5 American, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, for gaming, Roblox is now just below Nintendo. They're just barely below Nintendo.
Blimey. Next up in news.
Insfin Archive. Can anyone confirm that Octopath Traveler 0 is Play Anywhere? It shows plays on Xbox and plays on PC. Yes. The moment you see playable on Xbox Series, playable on PC next to each other in a store listing, that is Play Anywhere. Even if it doesn't have the tag. The tag is just, we opted into all of the Play Anywhere things, and so we get the tag. But the only thing you should care about is, does it show Xbox and PC in the playable section?
I'm just replying to a very interesting conversation that I will share more about to you after the show. Next up in news, PlayStation Plus monthly games for August are okay.
Solid.
Yes, Liza P's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a little older, but Liza P's great. It's normally on sale pretty cheap, but it's a good way to get it if you then also want to get the expansion, though then you have to keep up your PS Plus forever to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Liza P, DayZ, and My Hero 1's Justice 2, if you're a weeb. Yeah. My Hero Academia 1 Justice 2. Whatever it is called. But yeah, it's a solid month, and I don't think is going to be enough for the next story, though, which is PS5 fans angrily email Sony about multiplats and get a response.
Yeah, so following the job listing that kind of went across the industry, as Sony were looking to hire someone for multi-platform account management, and it was like a reasonably high salary, like 250, 300K a year. Fans were not happy at the very idea that something published by PlayStation or owned by PlayStation that should only ever be on their PlayStation console might go elsewhere, and emailed en masse PlayStation themselves, who have responded, or at least one fan got a response and posted it on Reddit, and it's been deleted, so I can't even read it out, which is weird. Maybe it was fake.
Wow. Did it get deleted?
Yeah, the post is deleted. I can't
Wow.
see it.
What do you do? Let me see.
If you can find it, I'll read the apparent comment while I deal with this super chat from good old Collingwood, who says, with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on Sim Update 3 this week with significant improvements, will Jesse finally review the game despite his grudge with the sim? Probably not.
No, there's no one would click on it.
Yeah.
It's always the issue with late reviews, and I'd have to really dive in and play hundreds of hours to really get a full grasp on it for something that would be useful, I think, to anyone who really cares about the game, who would still be looking for a review on it. Because the early reviews can net you people who are just looking to fly around their house. I don't know. But yeah.
All right, well,
I don't see the response.
A fan got a letter back, but now that that's been deleted, maybe it was fake.
Well, they deleted it, not the mods. So maybe they deleted their whole account, it looks like. Maybe they're getting harassed.
I know where to go for this. I know someone who will probably have reported on this and probably just posted the response. Let me have a little look for you. Hold on.
Go for it. I dare you.
I'm looking.
Mhm.
No, no luck.
So you did this?
Yeah, that's right. I've got nothing. Sorry. I thought Push Square might have written about it, but they didn't. Thought I'd check, you know.
Well, there you go. Potentially they responded to somebody. We don't know now because it was deleted. Yeah. Live and learn. But it was an angry email about, it was people who emailed PlayStation being angry about the multi-platform shift. And PlayStation saying, don't worry, we're going to always make sure that PlayStation's a great place to play. Was pretty much how it was.
Fun times. Next up, last couple of like news beats here, just a couple of little anecdotes. There's a new Assassin's Creed Shadows patch, which finally brings New Game Plus. So if you've already hammered your way through feudal Japan with our two main characters and want to take all of your skills and dive into a New Game Plus against even tougher enemies, you now can. There's a bunch of quality life features and fixes there as well. I still need to finish that game. It's on the list.
Yep, it's one of those things. It's just a crazy year, man.
Like unless you're reviewing it, you have to dedicate the time to get it done. There's always too much else to do.
It's one of the reasons I do like doing reviews so much, because it guarantees I'm going to play through a game. Because much like IGN, our policy is beat a game if it's a game that can be beaten. Obviously, like sports titles, it's try and see every mode and try and understand them as best you can. But if it's a story game, as long as there's enough time, and unlike IGN, we can't wait and put it out later and still get a bajillion views. We got to put it out at embargo. If there's no chance of hitting embargo, make sure that's clear in the review. Like First Berserker Kazan, I got really deep into it, but I could not beat it before review because I didn't know who to ask until 3 days before it came out. And then I finally got it right away from them because they're great at 47. But Shadows is amazing. I thought it was a absolutely phenomenal game. Ubisoft is the only publisher treated worse by the games coverage industry, and I understand why on the executive level, but their devs and the games get shit on unnecessarily, in my opinion, and I thought Shadows was amazing. Going up there, becoming my favorite in the series alongside Odyssey, which is one of my favorite games ever. So
yeah,
but
I really liked and I've played like 15 hours of Shadows, right? Like I've not like barely touched it. I've played it. I don't know. You might say, well, yeah, John, you're about a quarter of the way through. Good luck. But like, what impressed me more than anything else was the combat options, the world, and the simulation going on. It's gorgeous, and yeah, I do want to play more. And it runs incredibly well on my Ally, which made for handheld gaming on the plane rather good. But on the flight back, I didn't have a charging socket, like an actual main socket to keep my ROG Ally powered. And unfortunately, if you want to run something like Shadows, it's going to churn through your battery in about an hour. So best save the indie games for that. Going back to the angry PlayStation email thingy, the lovely Nation Harris has just tagged me on Twitter with what the response was. Apparently, allegedly, reportedly, the response from PlayStation to this angry fan was, while we continue to explore new ways to grow and evolve the gaming ecosystem, we are committed to preserving the unique identity that PlayStation represents. As we have in the past, we will always listen to feedback from our community, including valued players like you, and ensure that our decisions are aligned with the experiences you expect from PlayStation.
Means absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that's a load of fluff that doesn't mean much.
That is business speak.
Is indeed legit.
Yeah. Business speak is entirely designed to make you feel like something was said to you individually when actually nothing was. They don't care.
Calling out a couple of other things in the chat. BT Maverick also tagged that.
Thank you, BT.
Email to you. So I just want to say thank you to him and Nation Harris. And as always, on hand moderator Britt says, reminder to everybody watching and listening right now, today is the last day of the Xbox game sale, the summer sale. So if you want to pick some stuff up, you better go and take a look. Otherwise, your chance will be gone. So bear that in mind. And last news story for today, and we'll be back for the Battlefield 6 kind of reaction stream.
Yeah, it's in about 4 hours.
I think it's sooner than that. It was 6 hours at like midday. So
well, it says 2:30 p.m. So 11:30, 12:30, 1:30. 2:30.
Oh, 4 hours then.
Yeah, I said 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wrong. I'll shut the hell up then. Ready or Not, the tactical SWAT simulator game that is a first-person shooter where you embody the SWAT team and go out and do various missions, has hit 2 million console sales as announced by Void Interactive's CEO, Julio Rodriguez. Yeah, sorry. I had a cough. I've been trying to
Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah, 2 million copies. I mean,
And it already done a ton on PC, and the fact that it's selling this fast, and it's one of the top sellers on. It made the chart in Circana on Xbox. It's selling incredibly well on the console that nobody buys games on.
Funny that, isn't it? It's interesting as well because that was one where we got the code incredibly late. We missed the embargo for review, and yet our review has done bonkers numbers because bugger all other outlets bothered to actually review the console version.
It's one of those things where I think a lot of gaming websites tend to not actually cover the things people care about most of the time. And we're not better about it. We don't cover Minecraft. We don't cover Roblox. Like if we had Roblox coverage, we could probably do way more hits. You just don't have anyone interested in it.
Yeah, you need someone that's willing to sit and play it. I'll try and persuade my 11-year-old, but I don't know how
that would be illegal to put them to work like that.
Yeah.
Give it a few years, move to the US, and no matter what the age, you can probably make them work. It'll be just fine.
Yeah. According
Get them out in the fields.
Power over there, it's absolutely fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it. That's all the news that we have for this episode of Headlines. There's always a big thank you to everybody in the chat for hanging out and watching. We'll be back on Saturday with the XboxEra podcast for patrons. I believe it's not confirmed yet, but there'll be a Sick and Nick's Flicks movie podcast on Friday for Patreon subscribers. If you want access to all of our Sick and Nick's Flicks movie-focused and TV-focused episodes where we talk through some of the latest releases, feel free to subscribe to our Patreon by heading to patreon.com/XboxEra. Review-wise for the rest of the week, I think we've got one today from Cengiz that is dropping.
Yeah, it's already up. No video.
It's already up. There you go. It's
Demon Slayer, blah, blah, blah,
Kimetsu
Chronicles.
No Yaiba, the Hinokami.
The Hinokami Chronicles 2. We didn't do a video because they pretty much said you can't show any of the game in this video.
Yeah.
So that was it. We're just like, that's the only reason why. Otherwise, he would have done a video for Cengiz for it with Cengiz's voice. But it was a little overly restrictive. Cengiz like, everything I've recorded, I can't show. Never mind. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, I do get to start on a thing today.
I should have a thing tomorrow, and then the month of August hits, and
it all goes crazy.
Yeah, you're flying to something personal. I'm flying to something business, and then a week later, we're all flying to Gamescom. So I put up a post on the Patreon that's open to everyone that just details every show we're gonna miss because we're gonna miss 3 headlines out of 4. We're going to miss a podcast, and then we're going to come back and do an early headlines to talk about Gamescom for everyone that helped get us there.
Yeah. I am going to see, though, depending upon how things go and whether people are just willing to stay up late, whether the 3 of us, me, you, and Pre-Drag, and maybe Kat, if she wants to get involved, can do a every night mini stream from Gamescom.
Yeah, we can just get some do a bunch of hangouts together. I've got it all set up on there, and we can just go through StreamYard either way.
Nice. But yeah, other than that, friends, thank you very much for hanging out. We will catch you later on. Until then, be good to each other. Play loads of video games. There's certainly a ton of great ones out there now. We'll see you next time. Ciao for now.
Bye-bye. See you in a few hours if you care about Battlefield.
Yeah, Battlefield 6. See you soon.
Shallow graves and deepest knees. No one tells